have a flashback to the time when the novel coronavirus emerged in our life. As you might remember, back in March 2020, 1.5 years ago, the outbreak of COVID-19 caught people off guard. The virus spread like wildfire, and a large number of people wound up in the hospital. The excess mortality rate was astonishing. Public health officials urged people to stay at home and keep gatherings to a minimum. And all countries all around the globe pulled their socks up to mitigate the damage caused by the pandemic and took some preventive measures to curb the spread of the virus, such as tightening lockdown rules, fumigating public places, and equipping and creating makeshift hospitals. And unfortunately, the government intervention could flatten the curve, and it helped prevent hospitals from being overwhelmed. A year later, people started getting vaccinated. It was quite promising. Things seemed to be shaping up nicely, and the pandemic remarkably subsided. It was the light at the end of the tunnel, and everybody was looking forward to the happy ending. But all of a sudden, things went off track, and all hopes and dreams crumbled away. It turned out that the COVID is seasonal. For some reason, the efficacy of vaccine wears off, and again people are being hospitalized. As we can see, there have been several spikes in COVID cases over the last 2 years. On the other hand, businesses are shuttered. Shopping malls, movie theater, gyms, restaurants, schools shut down time and again, and it is crippling for economy. Business owners are up in arms over lockdown. They have to furlough their employees. People are scrambling to figure out how they are going to make ends meet. Everything seems to be worse than anyone could ever imagine. So why do I think epidemic, pandemic, or endemic, whatever you want to call it, is a good lesson for people? Coronavirus is a wake-up call for all of us. No matter where you are, how much money you own, we are equally subject to danger. It's a wrong fallacy that wealthy people can easily get away with similar calamities. We are vulnerable to it, and we can't, with the help of popularity or cronyism or money, save ourselves the trouble. It is heart-wrenching that people lose their lives, and it is hard for those who have psychological disorders. They can easily be triggered by bad news, and they can come to terms with all these negative signals. So we need to be supportive and help them to snap out of it. Cognitive therapy is a lifesaver. We need just to be conscious of all eventualities and understand that our thoughts and fears are not necessarily based on the reality. So it is time we dumped all delusive thoughts out of our mind. Coronavirus became a divisive issue. The society is totally polarized, and in spite of the fact that you are for or against, we need just to be tolerant and stop pointing the finger or demonizing each other. You can be assertive, you can be opinionated, but we have to be respectful and put aside our differences.